Okay, so today we're going to be looking at how to build an assistant that can read your emails, that can send off emails, it can summarize things for you, can do mathematical calculations for you, can search the internet and give you relevant information, and can even talk back to you. Now, this is my assistant that I've built. Her name is Alice. You can give her any name you want. I've just chosen to name her Alice. Now, what Alice can do is she can do a plethora of things. I've been utilizing this for quite some time now, and it's incredible the amount of response that I've gotten. Now, how have I built this? I've utilized N8N. So N8N is a no-code automation platform, and I've gone ahead and designed the internals here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is give a demonstration about how Alice actually functions. This is her brain. You can see that we trigger her via Telegram, and you can even send her a voice file. Now, Alice can utilize OpenAI or any specific LLM that you choose. That can be Anthropic, it can be Grok, it can be Claude, whatever you choose. From there, it has a plethora of tools that it can utilize, as well as an inbuilt prompt from which it can go ahead and do its calculations from. But first off, I'm going to give you a demonstration of video. So here we have Alice. This is Alice right here. And she can do a lot of different things for me. One thing that I can do is utilize the voice feature, and I can go ahead and send Alice a voice note to get some stuff done for me. Alice, can you go ahead and read to me the summarization of my emails, please, for today? So I went ahead and sent that off. She's going to go into my emails. She's going to read my emails. She's going to summarize my emails utilizing a language learning model, in this case, utilizing OpenAI. From there, it'll go back into her system and then give me an output, as well as send me an audio output. So here we have a summarization of my emails chain. You can see we have stuff from Now, from Claire, from Investor Leads, from DJI, and a bunch of other stuff. So she's went ahead and fetched that. She's also given me a audio output. Let's see what that sounds like.
I've summarized your unread emails for today. Antonio, 1. There's an announcement from Now about the return of Asterisk, the White Lotus Asterisk, Season 3. 2. Claire Mason shared details about attending the Monaco Grand Prix in luxury from May 20.
So it's very cool. So she can respond to me, not only just reading out the specifics of what the emails are, but summarize them in a way that's very conversational. The voice that I've utilized is done through 11labs.io, and I've crafted her voice based off of something that I think sounds nice to be an assistant. In this case, a very feminine assistant. Let's do another demonstration right here. What's the current weather looking like right now in London? So there you go. She's given me the weather for London at the current moment for today, which is correct. And she's gone ahead and sent me a nice little voice note as well.
Hey, Antonio, I just checked the weather in London. It's currently 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 4.4 degrees Celsius, and it's partly cloudy. There's no precipitation, and the humidity is at 58%, with a light wind blowing at 7 miles per hour. Looks like it's going to be chilly, but clear out there. Just keep...
One of the coolest features that Alice can do is that she can not only label your emails, but she can also send emails off for you. So Alice, can you go ahead and send an email to demo@solvent.life stating that I'm not going to be in today because I'm building a few artificial intelligence automations, and that's going to take up most of my time. So she's gone ahead and sent that demo off pretty quickly as well. And if you can go ahead and see in my email right here, you can see that she has indeed sent off an email to demo@solvent.life out for the office today. Hey there, just wanted to confirm that I won't be in today as I'm building a few artificial intelligence automations, which may take up most of my time. Thank you for understanding. And I've even set my business card as well as my company links. So you can do that all in the internal prompts. So very, very cool, which you can do with Alice. And there's a plethora of other things that you can integrate with her every day. So let's get into the build. By the way, if you want to get this template, just go down to the link in the description and you can find all the templates under there to get a head start on building these automations for yourself. We start off with the Telegram node. You're going to have to create an agent in Telegram utilizing the bot file. If you don't know how to do that, check the link down in the description for a bit of a deep dive. So we'll start off with a new project here. So go ahead and copy this and create a new workflow in my personal. Right, so we're going to go ahead and start with the Telegram node. The Telegram node, we're going to have to go ahead and click for listen for incoming events. So on a message right here, we're going to go ahead and connect your Telegram account utilizing a new access token. How you do that is you go into Telegram, you utilize the bot father, and you can create the Telegram token from here. So I'm just going to utilize my account for now. From there, we're going to need a switch. So just grab a switch here and we'll have to utilize some JSON message voice files. So you will have to utilize testing flow here. So just going to go ahead and put that up here and test out the workflow from a specific JSON file. So let's do that first. From here, you're going to set the rules. In this case, we're going to utilize the JSON message voice file. So value1 equals to json.message.voicefile_ID. And it will give us a specific result depending on the, so we're going to have to go here and click exists. Here we go. Can rename the output to audio. And we're going to add a route and an additional value here. We'll place the same thing in here, except for a text file. So now we've done it for the voice. We also need to do it if there is a text file coming into. We're going to go ahead and set that as can go ahead and rename this output as text. And this is going to be an expression. Same for this one. This is an expression. From there, we're going to go ahead and rename the output as you've done to text. So now we have a voice file, an audio file, and a text file. So it can read both. And we're going to go ahead and say a string exists, just like that. Right, good. Last one we need to add as well is a separate routing if there is an error. So if the error exists, we're going to have to do the same thing if it exists. We're going to have to rename that error. There we go. And that should be pretty much it for the switch section right here. From there, we're going to go ahead and get a voice file. So we're going to have to go for Telegram again. So Telegram node. We will have to get a file. That's it. There we go. From there, you'll hook up your existing Telegram account. And the file ID will be the JSON message voice file, which is an expression. So go ahead and set that JSON in there as an expression. At the moment, there is no input connected, but don't worry about that. So this will be for audio. There we go. We'll link that up. And that should be that. From there, we'll have a separate section for edit fields. And this will be for manual mapping. Now this will be a text string. And then this should be for the message checks, which will go directly onto the artificial intelligence system because it doesn't need to respond to it via an audio file. So it just makes it a bit faster and quicker for you to build these types of systems. Now this edit field is not going here. We're going to go ahead and connect it up directly via there. So it's passing it. So if it is an audio file, to go up to the switch. And if it's not, it will go to directly to the system. So from here, we'll add on an additional section, which will be the OpenAI text-to-speech. Okay, so we're going to add in a speech-to-text recognition utilizing OpenAI. You can go ahead and do that by searching up OpenAI and choosing the text-to-speech one. From there, you'll link that up via Telegram. From in here, you're going to link your OpenAI account. If you don't know how to do that, you just go to Playground at OpenAI and you can grab your API key. The resource is going to have to be audio, and the operation is transcribing a recording. So this way it's going to take your audio and it's going to replace it and put it into text, essentially, for the artificial intelligence system to analyze and understand. From there, we get into the big brains of the system, which is Alice herself. You're going to have to go ahead and get an agent node. So in this case, we're grabbing an agent, which is this one, and you're going to go ahead and place her into your board. From there, you'll have to link up the speech to text into her, as well as the edit fields into her like that. So now she has the ability to have a Telegram trigger, switch up to a Telegram voice file, speech to text, and into Alice. And if you're just texting her, it just goes right there into edit fields and into Alice as well. From here, you're just going to go ahead and set your tools agent, define the prompts below, JSON text as an expression, and then your system message. Now, this is the brains behind the operation. This is what the personality of Alice will be. You will have to define it as you see fit. This is a specific guideline that I've made for Alice herself. She has a couple of tools that she can do. She has email management, calendar management, task management, web and information queries, weather information and calculations, as well as memory context and response structure. So we've also given her a JSON output for now, so she always knows the exact time and what day it is. You can go ahead and also get these files down below. So the system message is relatively simple, and from there we're going to go ahead and add her tools into it. So first tool that we're going to go ahead and add is the OpenAI model tool. So that is the chat model that we're going to be utilizing. Once again, just connect up your OpenAI account. The second is going to be the memory buffer. So she needs to have a memory so that she can understand and remember what you're doing. So click that up to memory right here. You can see chat model and memory. And then her tools. So based off of the system prompt that we have email management, calendar management, task management, and etc. So we're going to go ahead and hook up her tools for you. So in this case, we need to have the ability to read our emails and send emails. Now you will hook up your Gmail accounts to Alice or whatever you choose to name her. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and set automatically message, get many, the limit to 20 so she doesn't read too many. For label names and IDs, we'll do inbox and unread emails only. So we can do unread and read emails if you'd like, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it to unread emails only. From there, we have an expression here. So it's stating from AI the date after which the messages were fetched in the format as above. Once again, we'll go ahead and add the calendar. So she needs to know your schedule. So from here, we'll just go to calendar, Google Calendar tool right there, and we'll link up everything as well. Pretty simple, pretty quick to do. There we go. And we'll plop her into the tool section. Wonderful. Again, she needs another tool, so she can now get your calendars, but she can't actually set them yet. So from there, we're going to give her another tool, which is going to be the set calendar tool. Once again, you just go to calendar and you choose create an event calendar right here. The same thing for get calendar, get an event. She can also delete an event, update an event. There's a plethora of things you can add. But as long as she has context to where to obtain these tools, will she then actually go ahead and utilize them? So when you send her a specific text prompt, she can then understand that that's what she needs to do, and that's the specific tool that she needs to use. Now, what I like to do as well to Alice is hook her up with SERP API. Now, this is just Google search as a whole. So this will allow you to get Google searches directly from the internet. So Alice now has a plethora of information that she can store in her memory context and then utilize that to assist you in any way, shape, or form. So it's just as simple as going into creating a new credential and grabbing your SERP API key. Same thing for news. We can set her up to news. She does have access to Google, so she can find news sources on her own. We can always add other news sources as well. So in this case, there's Hacker News tool. So we'll go ahead and add that in there. So it'll automatically get target. Then we can specify for a specific target ID, but in this case, we'll just leave it. And we'll go ahead and hook that up to her down there. Wonderful. So these are the tools that she's utilizing for our inbox right here. And these are the tools that she's utilizing to obtain information on the web. In this case, we'll just go ahead and set her Hacker News up here. There we go. Additionally, she's going to have an area to store a majority of information. For companies, you can go ahead and upload a specific database. In this case, we can utilize the Pinecone Vector Store as well as the Vector Store tool. So we'll go ahead and set that up now. So the Vector Store tool is just as simple as searching it over here. Vector Store tool as well. Now this is going to need a specific model as well. So we'll give him a OpenAI model with the existing OpenAI key. So we'll attach that right here. Here's the model. Just link it up. And where they're going to store the information is in Pinecone Vector Store. So Pinecone Vector Store. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and link that up to the Pinecone Vector Store. And it's as simple as getting your Pinecone API again and just plugging and play. As well as this one needs a specific model to follow. So in this case, we're going to utilize OpenAI. We've chosen to utilize OpenAI. So we'll hook that up and we get rid of that error. Next, we want her to be able to do calculations as well, right? So we'll give her a calculator tool, which doesn't have any specific setup, but we can go ahead and just add that as a tool. And now that we've set up this database here, we'll go ahead and link that up to her as well. Let's do so. So she has all of these tools that she can now utilize to help you out directly through Telegram. Now, the beautiful thing about NAN is that you can switch out the Telegram node for WhatsApp, for Slack, for anything else, depending on which use case you are. And you can go ahead and customize this for your clients as well. And it's relatively easy to do so. So depending on the use cases, right? Right, so now we have her inputs, but how is she going to do her outputs? So she needs to summarize and she needs to send us a message as well as an audio file. So from there, we need a summarization agent. So in this case, we need to go over here and summarize. OpenAI. We need a summarization agent, which is a message model. So there we go. So it's just text actions. From there, you can just rename it to summarize agent response. Now I'm going to be utilizing my same existing API key. And from here, we're giving the artificial intelligence system of the neural network a separate prompt to summarize our text, summarize our outputs, to give us a response message. So in this case, I've gone ahead and say summarize the information to always be remembering that your boss's name is Antonio for the JSON output. And you should always state what has been accomplished with any request when responding to said output. And you're always talking in the first person, only input plain text with no formatting or symbols. And you can always finish a recording with the name of your boss, Antonio, or just by saying boss. So in this case, I am the boss of Alice, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and hook that up. Wonderful. Now, because this is a separate summarization response and Alice has all of the tools available to her, we don't need to add any more existing tools on unless you want to specify From there, we need another Telegram send message tool. So just go to Telegram and send a specific message. There we go, send a text message. You hook up your Telegram account, your resource message, as well as the chat ID. So in this case, we're going to have to link up the chat ID from the first Telegram to the existing one as well. So in this case, it is listening for incoming events, which is fixed as an expression. We'll test it afterwards, as it will only obtain that once we actually get the message out there to test off. So we'll hook that up there. And the text will be the JSON output. And the reply will be none. Going to add an additional field here as well. If we want to, no, yeah, that should be fine. So we can just go ahead and rename this to send message. Right, so the Telegram will go into, you'll get a separate thing and it'll switch it to an audio file. If it's a normal text file, we can go ahead and just directly go into the agent. It will utilize these existing tools, utilize Google to get any information you require, and then summarize the response and send you a text message. Now, we also want it to send us a voice response. So in this case, we need an HTTP request. Now, an HTTP request is done via 11 Labs. So we're utilizing 11 Labs to hook this up. Now, that's as simple as going to 11labs.io, creating an account, and obtaining the URL system in the documentations tab. Once again, there's more information in the link in the description. Now, from there, we're going to go ahead and set it to post. You're going to paste in your specific URL. Authentication none. We're going to go ahead and send headers. From the headers name, we're going to add our API key, which in this case I have on my 11 Labs. Don't ever share your API keys with anyone else, but you can go ahead and find yours into the section of 11labs.io, and it's very easy for you to plug and play. But the name of it will be X API key, just like that, and then your value of your API key. Then we're going to go ahead and add a separate parameter for the content type, and this will be the application JSON because it's coming out in a JSON output. Additionally, we're going to go ahead and input send body. From there, we're going to be on JSON. We're going to be utilizing JSON, so on JSON here, and then we're going to go ahead and plug and play this specific JSON string. So it's grabbing the message. It's going to generate the audio from that message file based off of our AI summarization agent, and then send it off back to the system. Now, last but not least, it's as simple as, of course, this is, the URL is not there, so I'll go ahead and do that for you. And then we're going to go ahead and send an audio file. So Telegram again. Send an audio file. So there we go. I'm going to hook up our Telegram account once again. I'm going to add in the chat ID, which we've been listing for, as an expression. Reference note doesn't exist because we haven't tested the step yet, but it's as simple as clicking test step. And the data, the binary file would be data. I'm going to add that on because we want to make sure that we're getting it as a data file, and then a file name. So file name, you can add whatever you want. So it can be, let's say, Alice. This will be the name of the file that is sent off. MPEG, just like that. And then it will go ahead and send that off to you in that specific way. So last but not least, you go ahead and link it up. And then we're finished. We've got the entire agent from scratch here. So we've got the Telegram trigger. We have the switch, goes into Alice, utilizes whatever tool you want to use. It uses OpenAI, has an existing window memory buffer so that it can understand and remember any specifics from what it was doing previously. and then go ahead and summarize the response into both a text file and a message file. Once you're done with it, you can go ahead and activate this workflow just up here by clicking this little thing after you've saved it and named it. And it's as simple as that, really. You can go ahead and test your workflow by pressing this little button down below here. And you can go ahead and test your workflow out by pressing test workflow. Pretty damn good, and it's very, very powerful. So once again, we'll go ahead and clear Alice's texts and try her out. So you can go ahead and utilize Alice one more time here, and we're going to go ahead and say, Alice, I need a specific summarization of what happened in the financial markets last week, and I need to also send an email to my boss about what happened in the financial markets in a summarization format. His email is ceo@solvent.life. Can you go ahead and help me draft it, please? So we've gone ahead and sent that off. Now, because this is a relatively complicated response, it will most likely just take a little longer than usual, but it's definitely faster than a lot of things here. So here's the summarization. It's gone ahead and so as you see, I've specified it as a draft. So it hasn't sent the email off just yet to Solvent Life, but it has sent a draft to me so I can review it before it sends it off. So in this case, last week's market closed lower. Investors responded to several concernings, blah, 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 via the Trump administration, raised fears amongst traders. Yeah. And it wants me to draft it like this. Market's financial summary. Boss's name, hope this email finds you well. Here's a brief of it, last week's, blah, blah, blah. Best regards, Antonio Roulette. Should I go ahead and send this email for you? And she's even sent me a lovely audio file.
Last week, in the financial markets, we saw a decline as investors reacted to several unsettling developments. The prospect of additional tariffs from the Trump administration stirred anxiety among traders. Alongside this, rising inflation concerns, a disappointing earnings report from a major megacap company, and a jobs report that fell short of expectations.
Right, so very, very cool. And that's fantastic. So she's gone ahead and done the research for me. She's found the specific information that I wanted to look for. You could be more specific. In this case, it's just demonstration. And then she's drafted the email for me with the correct information on file before sending it off. Now, if I just want to send this off, I can go ahead and simply just say, all right, Alice, that looks good. Go ahead and send that off for me, please. And she will go ahead and send that off. Email's been successfully sent to your boss. If there's anything else, just let me know. And let's double check here to confirm that she's actually sent it off. I'll go ahead to my email. And yes, she has indeed sent the email off. Now, we didn't specify what our boss's name was, so she's left it blank as boss's name. So you will have to specify. But she's gone ahead and done everything. With that said, she did show me, in brackets, the boss's name in the draft. So if you didn't catch that, like I didn't, then, well. But she's gone ahead and sent it off as in a beautiful format. How easy is that? Once again, if you want to utilize any of these existing templates, you can go ahead and click the link below and build it for yourself. Try it out. See if it works for you. The automations are incredibly, incredibly powerful. So that's pretty much all from my build today. And yeah, like I said again, if you want any of these templates, you can just go ahead and click the link in the description below. And you can find the existing templates to kind of speed up your overall process, particularly when it comes to the JSON code. But all of it is out there for you alongside additional information and guides, really diving in deep of how to build these systems from scratch.